righty. Okay, today. Hey, Cynthia. All righty, so today's Take It to the Grave. Okay. Hey, Shannon. All right, so this is for the Take It to the Grave series, a little info on that. The topic for tomorrow is regret. All right, so think about this, people. Think about in your life, like right now. Think about how you've ever experienced anything where you have regret. You know, you want to change it. You wish you could make it different, but you can't. Okay. It's over. So now you got regret. Unfortunately, it doesn't just go away because you leave the body. This is what people don't get. You know, a lot of people think, oh, well, if I'll just check out, or when I'm done, I die, it's over, then none of this stuff matters. You know, don't have to worry about it. See, this is part of the issue why people are in the mess that they're in. Okay, like your lives right now. Look at the world. Okay, it has to do with all the carryover, all the energy, all the emotions, all the angst that you didn't clean up in your other lifetimes. Okay, so here you are doing it again, and you'll keep doing it again and again and again, whatever that is that you've been doing, until you clear it or know it. Okay, so regret is an extremely intense, horrible feeling, you know, that we live with, you know. So a lot of people, it's like, yeah, just forgive yourself. Well, you can't, you know, great idea, great concept, but it doesn't work that way. Okay. You know, you have to understand it's like all this energy, all this emotional energy, all this angst is in the subconscious. It doesn't just go away. It never goes away. So, you know, truthfully, we've all been dealing with rejection, abandonment, betrayal, not enough, not love, not important, you know, for many, 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 many lifetimes, repeatedly, over and over. So, you know, take it to the grave. Do you really want to do that? You know, everyone's got something that they got regret over. Oftentimes, some things, not just one, you know. Things you wish you could change, things you wish you could make different, things you wish you could take back. But, you know, here's the thing. You're the one living with the regret. You're the one living with the angst. Okay. You're the one living with all the trauma of whatever that regret is. So, good news about clearings. It's not about your story. Don't have to tell your story. Okay. It's about clearing out the energy, the emotional energy, the conclusions and the beliefs, and the carryover. So think about this. Let's just say you've got regret, you know, for some kind of betrayal you did to somebody, okay? And now here it is in this lifetime, you're holding regret because you did something you did or didn't do right or something, you got regret. So if we go back into the past, what we have to do is we have to unravel the regret from the past. If you don't unravel the regret, then it carries forth and it continues to carry forth until you finally do. So, you know, tomorrow we'll be clearing out regret, going into the subconscious. I'm going to go in and look for where you actually began to anchor that energy in. That's going to be the first time. Well, some people have gone through the emotions of it, you know, gone through the knowing what that feeling is. But most people have not. So there's an energy frequency of regret, you know, wishing we hadn't done something, wishing something would be different, wishing we could take it back. So that didn't begin here. So in the clearing, basically what I'll be doing is going in, looking for your conclusions, your beliefs, looking for when you really anchored in, holding on to the feeling of regret. Okay. Hang on a second. Something here. What? Take discarnates to the grave. They fall. Oh yeah, that. Cynthia's reminding me. This is cool. Yeah. Okay. So, you guys, even you're not just your own emotional angst, but you're taking, like it's like, let's just say, hang on, let me get a second here. Okay, let's just say that in a past life that that you actually betrayed people. Okay, betrayed them, not just one, but a bunch of people. And it was for your own personal gain, something for you to gain, something for you betrayed them. Okay. These people that you betrayed, were they punished severely? Did they die? Not some, but yeah, they were okay, but they were, in like some kind of imprisonment. Yeah. Punishment. Yeah. It was not good. Okay. Then you got all this regret. Okay. So that regret doesn't go away. It's still here. And now what's happening in this particular lifetime is you got the regret running. Even though you're not betraying a lot of people, there's an angst within that never goes away. You don't know what it is because it's in your subconscious, but it creates an uncomfortable feeling, creates a bad feeling, okay? But then you're going to do something to activate that wound, that belief of betrayal, and it's going to get lit up, and then you're going to hold major regret for all the different things that you didn't do right, or the people that you hurt or didn't take care of, whatever, okay? So all of that regret, now all these people that you did this to, now some of these people could be wanting to torture you, punish you, have anger, hatred, want revenge, retribution, or you're just angry with you. And then these people can literally get attached to you or come into your body or pull you out on the astral planes. And then you come, you die, they're still there. They don't just go away because you died, okay? Because it's an emotional angst. I want to punish you. You did this to my family, you did this to my peoples. You're going to be punished severely. I hate you, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So these discarnates can actually come in and hold on to you as well and be in you. And they don't just go away. And it's not that it's the full energy. Think about this, we're multidimensional, we're multifaceted. Pieces of us and an essence of us can be stuck or left behind or attached to other people. Okay. Probably to this day, every single person here, an aspect of you is attached to and wanting to attack or punish or get revenge or protect or whatever, different people. So you're splintered all over the place. Okay. Think about that. So what we really want, we want our own energy here. We want us here. So the discarnates, what we do too is when we go into the clearing to start releasing these discarnates out of your energy field, out of your body. Because discarnates are affecting you. They affect your thinking, the beliefs. They affect your entire life, okay? And you don't know it until they're gone. Then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I don't have that thought. I don't have that feeling. Yeah, so, it's discarnates. It's all kinds of things. And you don't want them there. So the regret thing is like very intense. Let me see what else she's writing here. Oops, hang on. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Cynthia, just so you know, I was tracking you. That's you I was talking about. Okay, hang on. There's another thing she wrote. Can there be a group consciousness of regret, too, that affects us at an individual level, like family's regret that gets passed down to you? No, not necessarily, no. The regret thing is personal, okay? It's very personal. Now, you might have regret because you know that your grandfather molested kids or whatever. So you have shame and, but it's not really regret. You might wish it didn't happen. You have shame around it, don't want to be associated, but regret's personal. Regret is yours. It's yours. Okay. You have regret. You're not taking on anybody else's regret. That's an emotional frequency. Okay. That's different than, when let's just say someone's in your family's been molested or raped or whatever, that energy of the trauma can get carried through, but not so much, like curses, casting spells, hexes, charms, things like that. Now those can go through, but we're not talking about that. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about your own personal feelings of regret. Okay? Wishing you could change it, wishing you could make it different. Horrible feelings, bad feelings, because you did something that just makes you in a great angst, great suffering. It's messed up. Okay? That's what we're going to unravel and clear. Okay, hang on. Here's another one. Okay, what about collective consciousness regret? Is a tribe killing another tribe? Does that regret affect us? Okay, so the frequency of the collective consciousness is there. It's just this. It's an energy frequency that everyone holds. Think about this. Everyone has regret. Okay, you've carried over regret. Everyone has it. Okay, so what happens with collective consciousness? You're actually holding a vibrational frequency of regret, just like all the other energies of the collective consciousness. And if you're hooked right into it and you're, like some people just really buy into and they hook right in and they live through the collective consciousness, all the angst. Other people don't so much buy into it. They're not hooked into it, especially nowadays with the new paradigm, the shifts and changes that are happening, the unraveling and healing that people are doing like never before. Okay. So those kinds of people are not like anchored in and hooked into that collective consciousness. But even still, even if you are hooked in and we start clearing out your energy, your regrets, there's no longer a vibrational matching energy, okay, that attracts and draws you. When your energy is clear, let's just say this is the collective right here. Let's just say this is the collective right here. Okay, this is the collective. Okay, you're hooked right in. But as you unravel and clear your energies, there's not a vibrational match anymore. When there's not a vibrational match anymore, you're no longer hooked in. You're no longer attached to. Okay, so this is what's happening. For a lot of people, like lots and lots of people are finally doing different kinds of healing work. I know in my life, in my world, my awareness of healing began in the early 80s. Okay. And even before that, because I had an awareness and different modalities were happening. So those of us who, look to the different modalities, we've done lots of inner work, we're not going to be hooked into the collective consciousness like the masses are. Okay. It's just not going to happen. So for people like me who have done a lot of inner work, or like, a lot of committed people to their own liberation, to enlightenment, to waking up, to end their suffering, this is not new. This has been going on a long time. And a lot of people are doing quite well at unraveling all of that. So yeah, that collective consciousness, no, we're not hooking into it. Okay. All right, let me just see what else. Okay, hang on. Yeah, so Cynthia, yeah, you did some stuff. You did, not only did you do the trails of dark beings, but you did, I was referring to you when I was looking and tracking. So there's still the shame in there. There's still regret of what you've done. So they follow you guys. That's the thing. What you don't understand is these things, these beings, even dark ones, especially the dark ones, they're going to follow you until you clean up whatever it is that they're haunting you about. Okay, hang on. What is this? Can you clear being social outcast? Yeah, I mean, that's ostracized, outcast. That's a big one. But yeah, that's actually quite easy to clear. That one's an easy one because you've done things in the past. There's an emotional angst, but it's really about the feeling of being rejected, cast out, outcast. No longer belonging. That's often a death, means death. Lots of suffering, great suffering will happen with that one. Never feeling like you belong until you do that. Until you unravel those places where you've been, outcast, rejected. I can see a lot of people's that. Literally, way back when it was like clans, the caveman clan kind of stuff, small groups of peoples casting out one person, that person's going to die, and not a fun death. Okay. So yeah, that energy gets anchored in and you recreate it until you unravel it. This is a thing, people. You've done things in your past experiences, even if you just call it in this lifetime only, look at the different things you've done, you've got regret over. It doesn't just go away. You anchor in more and more beliefs around it, and then you've got self-punishment, self-judgment, self-loathing. You hurt yourself because you got all these places within, of regret. So it cleans up, the clearings clean up and take out and release these traumas, these angst, these beliefs, the pain of causing harm to other. And it, like Cynthia was asking, yes, it clears out. Not only does it clear out discarnates, we're clearing out any kind of devices, implants, mechanisms, timers, activators, warehouses, factories that keep you in regret. You have no idea the interferences that are keeping you stuck in your own angst, okay? It's massive. It's crazy. All right. Okay, sorry, Cynthia. I'm just cracking up at you. Okay, so Frances, hey girl. So Frances is saying, okay, well, she'll be tuned in on the program. So there's no regret. Good one, girl. Oh, yeah, I do. So here's another one. I don't know if you saw this one, but I do. We have group energy clearings related to social outcasts, okay? Oh, yeah, I wonder how that 24-hour marathon went. That was cool. Okay, black sheep. Oh, here's another one, black sheep, you guys. That's not so much an out. Well, sort of is, actually, black sheep. Yeah, when you're the black sheep, you're a cat, you're an outcast. Okay, this is from Cynthia. Don't regret not going to this group energy clearing. Okay, cool. Oh, dang. Okay. What? I'll tell. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, someone said they felt terrible. Oh, jeez. Felt terrible after marathon. Maybe you overdid it. Did you over? You did. You overdid it. You guys, okay. You have to get... Sorry, but when you guys, you don't realize when you're doing a clearing, depending on the level that happens for you in that clearing, sometimes like depending on who you are, what you've done, like some people, energy moves really quickly and easily. Others, it's slower and denser. So those that move quickly, you got to be aware of not overdoing, because you just get discombobulated and you get lost. You don't know who you are, and it can feel like you're traumatized. Okay. So, even though the 24-hour thing was good, it's easy to overdo it. People, these clearings work. Okay. Shifting energy. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. And I used to do 5 a day. Holy cow. Okay. Well, this one was good. So Charlene really helped her. Sent link to friends. Yeah. Okay, there's a group energy. What? Feeling left out. Oh, there's a, yeah, so I guess that's part of the outcast. Alrighty, cool. So you guys, I'm sorry, but it always cracks me up. It's like people who don't have a friggin' clue what I'm doing. Not really. You're not here with me in what I'm sensing, feeling. You're not seeing how much energy is getting moved, so you don't know. But what happens is you feel changed. Okay, so a lot of energy goes into and out of your body, but all these energies that are not you start taking them out when you've been identified with all these energies, thinking it's you, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, the beliefs, and you start doing a bunch, like a lot of clearing. It changes you. Okay, it changes you, and it takes sorry, it takes a little time to recalibrate into who you really are, because here's the thing: as long as you've been alive, you've never been truly who you are. You don't even know who you are. Okay, and clearings bring you back to who you are. Okay, so I remember when I first started doing entity removal. This was back in 1980. What was that? 85, 86, somewhere in there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember now. But I was practicing, and I didn't really understand the effects of it so much. So this is when I first discovered it, the entity thing. And then I would have anybody and everybody I knew coming over, and I'd be clearing. Well, sometimes it was like, Bonnie, can you bring them back? I don't know who I am. I can't handle, I can't stand it, So you guys, it's like, you don't want to overdo, because it can be traumatizing. It can take a while to recalibrate and get a sense of who you really are, because you don't know. So, I mean, it was a great thing, the 24-hour, because, you could have tuned in, did one here, did one there, but some of you overdid it, but now you're learning. Ooh, okay. Hey, Rhea, sweetie, here's what's up. The very thing. Yes. Okay. This is what the people remember. I was just saying that earlier in the 80s, when I started doing discarnate entity removal, that's one of the things that would happen, because they're in you. You don't know they're in you. You think it's you, and all of a sudden, all these pieces are gone. And it feels like you're alone and empty. And it's a different kind of loneliness than losing somebody. Somebody leaves out here that's alive. It's more intense. The loneliness is more intense within. Okay, so here's the good news. It's going to pass. It's going to take a couple of weeks, but it will start to pass. Okay, what I would encourage you to do, don't try to open up and pull things in. That's not what you want to do. You want to come into your own self. Keep connecting with your own light, the unconditional love within. That's who you are. So the more you just keep coming in, take time, find your light, just rest in your light, relax into, surrender into your own light. And then all these discarnates that have been gone, and you're going to feel empty spaces in your body, loneliness, all kinds of emotions, physical sensations. Okay. What'll happen is as you just hang out with you, then your energy is coming in and filling in all those spaces where all these discarnates were. And it's filling in the emotional piece as well, because now you're connecting with your true self, your true beautiful light, your true divinity. And that's the truth of who you are. That's the real you. Okay. So it's like it's a recalibration, but just hang in there, Rhea. Like I said, it'll take a couple of weeks. Okay. But keep coming into your own light. Do not have the desire to end the loneliness by pulling energies in. Do not do that. Okay. Don't do it. Francis, this girl, I love this girl, Francis. Okay, I don't know what you're doing, but I know you really cleaned this shit out of me. Francis is awesome. She comes in with, she comes in many things, but I'm not going to say what, but she comes in with, things that are like past lives are coming through for her. She saw this happened, whatever. So like, go back and clean that stuff up. What is this? Okay, how do you remove effigy hits like when pins, sticking, etc. to body, being chained like cuffs, being pulled out legs, heart constantly, neighbor using on me? Okay, here's the key. Because of past lives, because of past experiences where these kinds of things were happening, we start to anchor in beliefs. Okay, a belief can be this will never end, or you deserve it. Okay, or why is this happening to me? I'm being punished. Okay, I'm being tortured. These are beliefs that get anchored in. Okay, and then what happens is here you are in this incarnation. And you got all these angst, all these beliefs, all these traumas, all these horrors, all these crises that you didn't clear before dying, the emotion of that. So now here you are again. What's really trying to happen is your higher levels, your oversoul levels, God self levels, super consciousness levels are all trying to get you to go through the angst, to go through the pain of all of these things. Okay, so it isn't just clear the energy, it's also the emotional impact of everything. So for you, what needs to happen, or everybody, is go through the emotion of whatever's happening. Okay, if you're being, like, for example, like what he's saying here, pins to being stuck in, chains, cuffs. What's the feeling in there? What's the belief in there? Okay, you're going to have beliefs that it's never going to end. You're going to be suffering. You're going to be in great suffering forever. Okay, those beliefs will start to loosen up when you go through the emotion of it. Okay, of what it feels like to be chained, cuffs on the legs. What was that like? Okay, what happened? What was that emotion? Go through those emotions, and then as well releasing agreements and contracts for these kinds of experiences, but also getting clearings. The clearing pulls out all the debris, all the stuff you're not aware of, because what can happen is you can get implanted from past experiences of, for example, being chained and cuffed. There's an emotion in there. You can be implanted with devices or mechanisms, timers, activators, where it's going to keep you in that angst, okay? Because they're like, sometimes you're like a research, scientific research, okay? So that energy, it's like it has to come out, all right? So basically, go through the emotion of it, so that what does it feel like to be chained? What does it feel like to, to have pins sticking in you, okay? What is that? Helpless and hopeless and all kinds of emotions. Go through them. When you do, what's happening is the energy of that emotion, like let's just say all this is coming from past lives, all that energy is here, but as you go through the emotion of it, this energy dissipates, dissolves, disintegrates, and leaves the body. Okay? This is how I learned about this stuff, as I work with thousands of people, watching the energy move and leave. Changed, permanently, shifted. Okay? Oh, yeah. Okay, hang on. Okay, so just a reminder, tomorrow, take it to the grave, okay? Take it to the grave tomorrow. Regret, take it to the grave. Cynthia, everybody, tomorrow is the take it to the grave, regret, group energy clearing. Sign up. Don't regret not going. Cool, Cynthia. Okay, so hang on. She has free access to your whole library, including stuff that isn't for sale. But that one went really deep for me. Okay, good. Okay, hang on a second. What was that, Cynthia? The inner child mother was the best for me out of the whole library. Wow. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, Icelandic, sweetie. I know you regret being born in poverty. That's actually not, that's not so much that's not a regret, so to speak. Yeah, you wish you hadn't, but there's other emotions in there. Regret is when you've done something. Okay, all right. So just really quickly, this is different. Okay, so in a group clearing, basically I'm tuning into the entire group, the collective, all the group, so I'm going to go to a certain level, certain depth, lots will be cleared. When an individual, I'm focused on one person and I'm tracking everything of yours. So therefore it will go deeper, faster, finding more specifics that are affecting you. Okay, so it's different. Group clearings are great, don't get me wrong. Okay, they're awesome. And to get everything, you're going to need to do a lot of different kinds of group clearings to touch on the different topics. When you come in for a session, you get focused, boom, 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 clear. It's over. Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll hit lots of stuff tomorrow. What was that? The marathon. The lifetime was a good one. Really good to include that one in the marathon. Yeah, you've already made a decision. You've already came in for certain things. That's the thing, people. You have to understand, you made agreements to come in to have your experiences. So Get over it by going through the emotions, by going through all the feelings. I'm telling you, people, going through your emotions are going to clear stuff like crazy. But it's the surrender. It's not the crying over and over and over and over. No, it's the surrender to the point where you feel like you're going to die. You feel like you're going to shatter, because you are. Okay? It's intense. But you get through it and you get to the other side and everything shifts and changes. Okay? Guys, okay, when you see me now, you don't realize that I was completely shattered, broken. Okay? I couldn't function. I couldn't be in the world. Okay? At all. Okay? So all I did was emotional clearing. Got it? Okay, so, you make the choice for one thing, okay? So it's that surrender into the deep pain. I can't tell you how many times I felt like I was going to die, for real, and I kept going anyway. I can't tell you how many times the heart felt like it was completely shattered, sobbing hysterically, out of control, okay? Surrender. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not easy, it's not fun, but if you don't do it, keep on suffering, people. Okay, or face yourself and get through it and be done. All right. Maureen, you'll be done when you're done. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm asking, okay, does Maureen complete? No, Maureen, sweetie, you're not surrendering all the way. Okay, people, you don't understand. If you're crying, got a story running, you're not clearing anything. It's the surrender. The surrender to the emotion so that you become that emotion. There's nothing but that emotion. There's no thought. There's nothing. You are that emotion in that intensity, knowing it. That's how you unravel. All right. Okay, everyone, I'm going to get going. And hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow at the group clearing. Take it to the grave. Don't take it to the grave. Okay. All right. Till next time. Thanks, everyone.